do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
You look at this Bears defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Levis now on 1st and 10. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 on the play. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
2nd and 10. And here's a give to Spears. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It's Gervon Dexter who got in to drop him. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure, try to get to the quarterback. Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they? I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, a chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a give right side. Sykes. Rashad Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. The Bears still looking for that first win, 0-6 to start the year. And really, it's just sort of been one thing after another, Charles.
It certainly has, and they're one of those teams that while all teams talk about starting fast, that's like, you know, topic 1.
Touchdown, Bears! Darnell Mooney, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays.
And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver.
And that'll make it third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Levis on third down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball is snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as they drew it up in practice.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Houston's offense taking over again.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Spears to begin the drive.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The numbers for Spears on the ground a week ago.
19 carries, 115 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Now Levis.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Houston set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 20. Here's Levis.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And we are keeping a close eye on his catches, a really close eye now, because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900.
Now here's Levis now on 3rd and long.
And this is going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards.
And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in the game.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here,
as they've got it as we resume action. Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, Sykes.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. They run the counter. Sykes. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They'll start on the ground with Spears. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 9-yard line.
Levis. That's complete downfield to Okonkwo. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Good for A. First and 10 at the
Levis from the gun. And the catch made by Hopkins. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That grab another career milestone for him. 900 career catches now.
All right, the applause is beginning, right? The applause is going on. That puts him just outside the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Next in his sights at 903, Wes Welker.
Rarefied air. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 27 yards there, a first down. Hand off to Spears. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Walker in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Levis looking to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. T.J. Edwards. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Cade York on now for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Well, when we do games together, we don't see a ton of these, but always impressive when someone can get through that quickly, Charles, and get a hand on a field goal attempt.
And the key to success for them on that play? To get off on the snap, they timed it like they knew exactly when it was coming, and that set him up to deliver the block kick.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they have a first down and well into field goal range also at the 16 now.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Lambert. And he's brought down.
Holding offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
Still first
And
down.
you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. The one final shot before the half. Here's Levis. And a little floater there is incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Remember, right now they are on a 6-game losing streak, trying to snap that. And a good sign is they've got the lead in the football. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 97 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second.
Another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Up the middle they go. It's Lambert, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tim Settle, the Virginia Tech Hokie, in there on the stop.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lambert.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Chicago.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lambert. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Thrown outside, complete to Scott. He's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Here's a give up the middle. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Spears on 2nd down.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Levis out of the gun on 3rd down.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jones. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chicago offense set to get started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up. Over the other.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy. Maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there. You might have a smaller back. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Knox. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
47 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
A run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. Knox. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
And now out comes Houston.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st down, Levis.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
So that complicates things a bit here.
18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Levis's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Levis to throw it. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time now. Here's Levis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They'll run on first down. It's Lambert down to the 22-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down now, it's Lambert. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he will have the Bears first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 30 inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Lambert. He will push his way down to about the 14. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1st and 10. Here's Levis. Over the middle, he has a Okonkwo. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Meanwhile, Levis's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now Levis.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's 2nd and 10. Levis to throw off play action.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Here's Levis.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Here's Levis.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Herbert once more.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
They'll run with Herbert.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well.
Stop, here we go, bucket off the pick and roll. Gotta go, we don't move it scary. Last time I shed a tear, that when Prince died. Cause if we rockin', then you know we rockin' like a Slipknot. See, this ain't basketball at halftime. We on switch sides. She thinks she love me, but she fell in love with my rich side. I got it for less, flip that, then I got on a check. Dispatch, then we go on a race. Switch it up if that other place. Mix it up, got a lot on my plate. Got the broccoli and cheese with the beef on the side. This ain't no regular steak. No wrong way, richer than me. This ain't up for debate. You gotta love. Maybach, lay back, matte black, just to on your truck. Now I'm in the AMG with the all black tint. They don't know it's me, but they got a little hint. How you worry about it when you can't pay rent? I've been there, Lago and Booyah.